Okay, we're back out on the 4,000 square foot custom going up here in wine country. You can see behind me, the guys are finishing up some detail that goes on the front of this garage. They've cut the arch out of plywood. You know, they figured out what the radius is, cut the arch out of plywood, and now they're filling it all in. They're also filling in where that California sheets back onto the main roof. There's a big opening there, so they put rafters up there. They put some, framed that in, put some, not rafters, but put some cripples, some studs up there, framed all that in. So now the stucco will go all the way up, and then this arch detail will get stuccoed. You can see right here, they put 2x4s in here. They figured out the detail with this plywood. He puts the plywood in, cuts the radius, and then they just put 2x4s, and they nail 2x4s along the whole radius. But you can see on the back side back there, they put some studs going up. They framed that all in, okay? And that's what he's doing right now. He's just nailing on all of his backing to fill all this in. They'll fill in this front side here with some rafters. I don't know why I keep saying rafters, but with some stud material, they'll fill all this in right here where that truss is above the arch. They'll finish all that up, and that way all that detail on the front will be done. Right down here, these guys are finishing out the soffit area on the second story. So you can see right up here behind me, he's up there filling in, framing all the soffit across. So you see how he puts the ledger on the wall? Now they're just putting all their material in there to level that off. And that'll complete all the soffit. They'll do the same thing right here on this lower section. They haven't done that yet. They'll get to that next. They're gonna finish out this lower section. And then once this is all done, then all the soffit is completed. Okay, so the guys have finished the arch detail up here in front of the garage. You can see right here behind me, I was talking about where they were gonna frame it in with studs. You see how they framed it all in above the garage? And then they framed in underneath. There's all the detail for the archway, okay? There's the studs framing it up. So now you can't see back in there in that California fill. That's all framed in. That gets all stuccoed. That arch gets stuccoed, and then you have a nice detail right here on the front. So that's what they were finishing up yesterday, which is the last thing they need to do on this house. You can see the job is all cleaned up. Framers are out of here, and they're off on another project. Today, we're starting plumbing. We're gonna start our plumbing top out. We're gonna start our heating and air. We're gonna start on our rough electrical. We're gonna start getting all that in. That should all be in within the next week and a half. Hit the subscribe button, join the channel. Hopefully you can learn something by watching this project. That will help you with your project. So back in the very beginning when we were doing our underground plumbing, I pointed out on the plans that we had tubs that were going back to back and how there was a wall. So when my plumber Matt was doing his plumbing boxes, I showed you that they were going to go up against the wall there and back to back, and then we had labs that were back to back. I'll point all that out now so you'll see what I was talking about. Let me remove this filter. Okay, so right over here is the wall, and we have two rooms that have back-to-back plumbing. So right here is where the tub is going to go. So right here on the ground, that's real thin. We bust that out, and that will be that plastic box, that square box that we put in the ground for the plumbing, for the underground plumbing. That's your tub connection. There's another one going on that side right there. And then we have our vents, and we have our back-to-back labs. We have labs going on this side. There's a toilet going right here. There's a toilet going right there. Right here's the lavatory. We have a lab on this side and a lab on that side. So it's similar to a Jack and Jill bathroom. It just doesn't connect with a doorway. And then up above, coming down from up here, we'll have our PEX plumbing coming down for the labs and our water supply for the toilet. But that's what I was referring to when we had this back to back. You can see right here, here's the wall where the tub goes, and same thing over there. There's the wall, there's where the tub goes over there. So that's what I was referring to when I pointed out on the plans back when we were doing our underground. So now we can cover everything because we have one wall dividing both bathrooms, and we can just make all of our connections for both bathrooms right there on that one wall. Okay, so the guys have finished sheeting the roof. They worked late. Roof is completely done. You can see the California fill that I was talking about in the previous video. All of that is filled in now. You can see it right here in the front. All of it is filled in. California fill going back onto the existing roof. That's all filled in. All the sheeting is done. All the soffit is done underneath. We'll go down and check that out. But for now, roof sheeting is completed. So we're going to be calling for inspection on this place here in the next day or so. I've got to be out on another one of our projects tomorrow, and then I'll be back out here. My guys will be out here working. I'll come down here and show you the soffit. I talked about the foam detail that wasn't going to work before because it would hang down under the arches. You can see right here, the soffit is all level back now. See there? So that's going to get stucco back level, and we can't put that foam detail on there because if we put the foam detail, that 8-inch foam detail will hang down underneath the arches right here. So soffits are completed, and roof is completely sheeted off. So moving right along, actually ahead of schedule. This is exactly 14 days from the time we poured this foundation to the time we completed this framing right now. So sheeting this roof. 14, actually today is 15 days. And we took 2 days off from that to go work on another project. So things are moving right along on this. Gonna continue on, start our plumbing top out. That'll be next. I'll have Matt out here doing his plumbing top out. And then we have some other things we're gonna change on the interior. And I'll film that as soon as we get to it.